In today's video, I'm going to show you what Tesla's tires look like after 31,000 miles. I am running Michelin Pilot Sport All Season 4, and if you watch my channel, you know that almost 2 years ago, I upgraded the tire width. I went with 295 in the back and 275 in the front because I really hate Tesla's stretchy look. A lot of you in the comment section commented that I will be losing range because I went with wider tires, and some of it is true. So now, since I'm due for tires, I'm gonna go back to OEM tire sizes, and the OEM tire that you get for Tesla actually includes that little foam inside, so hopefully the ride will be quieter, but I'm not looking forward to seeing that stretch. But let me show you what the tires look like after 31,000 miles, and I am kind of embarrassed. The tires are pretty much beyond the wear marks. So you've got the wear marks here. There's in the middle, I cannot even catch a groove with my finger, so I am quite embarrassed that I got to this level. And the thing is, when I got to about 20,000 miles, I got to the wear marks, and I called the tire manufacturer. I said, hey, what's the warranty on them? They said, oh, you know what, it's actually 25,000 miles. It's a 50,000 mile warranty, but if the tire size of the tire setup is staggered, they only warranty the tires, the rear tires, for 25K. And if I were to get a warranty replacement, it would have been like, I think $40 or so. So I don't want to bother, so I decided to milk it another 10,000 miles. But now that fall is here, we're going to be driving in a lot of rain. I just don't want to risk it. Anyways, and this is what the tire looks like in the front. And as you can see, we are almost at the wear marks. We're almost at the wear marks. It looks like they wear very evenly, both on the inside and the outside, so that means the alignment is fine. But if I'm being honest, driving this car in the wet is not that bad with these tires, even though they're bold, because the car is heavy. It's got an excellent all-wheel drive system. Look, I can accelerate pretty fast in these damp conditions with little tire slip, to be honest with you. And once you obviously get on the highway, it's pretty cool, pretty stable. Not once with these tires did I feel like I was hydroplaning. Maybe I was like, listen, I'm not denying the fact that these tires are bald and they should be replaced, but the excellent all-wheel drive system definitely helps. And we're back from the tire shop. I have to say, first and foremost, look how weak this looks compared to the other tires where I upsized the width. Instant regret. I gotta tell you, just from a looks perspective, I absolutely regret going with OEM tire widths. So this is the stretch that you get on the wheel. I think it's a pretty silly looking stretch. I mean, it makes not only the car look pretty weird, sort of a tuner style car, but it makes it all kind of not fit very, very well. I paid about $1,700 for this set of tires, shipped to my installer, so $1,700 another $200 to mount and balance, so it's close to a $2,000 job every maybe 25,000 miles. But from a driving perspective, I'm gonna say it feels the same, although it does feel kind of more responsive when you turn in because the tires have a bit of a stretch there. They say that these tires, the Tesla specific tires with foam inside, are quieter during daily driving. I can't say I agree. My previous tires did not have the foam inside, and they kind of sounded the same. You still get that tire hum. So yeah, paying premium for a Tesla specific tire with the foam inside, I don't think it's worth it, except that's the only tire size available for that car. So you're kind of stuck unless you upsize like I did with my previous set. I'm curious to hear what you have to say about my decision. Should I have gone with this, or should I have gone with the wider setup that I had in the past? Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Every time I keep coming back to the car, I'm realizing how weak it looks now. It is so crazy.